So, the Xiaomi Pad 8 is finally here and it has some big shoes to fill. The Pad 7 was widely successful because of the insane value it offered, and Xiaomi clearly wants to recreate that magic. But things have changed. Prices across tech have gone up, and even the Pad 8 isn't as aggressively priced as before. On the other side, you have the OnePlus Pad 3, the most powerful Android tablet in the market thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Elite, bigger, faster, and significantly more expensive. So, is the OnePlus actually worth that premium? Or is the Xiaomi the smarter buy? Let's break it down, and if you enjoy honest, no-fluff tech comparisons, like the video and subscribe to TechCo. Now, both tablets feel properly premium. Full metal builds, ultra-thin profiles. The Xiaomi measures 5.75mm, the OnePlus 5.97mm. But the sizes change everything. The Xiaomi is smaller and dramatically lighter at 485 grams. The OnePlus weighs 675 grams. And that 190 gram gap is noticeable. I found the Xiaomi much easier to hold for long periods. With the OnePlus, I genuinely had a few moments where I felt like I might drop it. One-handed use can feel awkward. The Xiaomi is just more manageable. Both tablets have pogo pins on the back for accessories. Xiaomi's placement feels slightly off. OnePlus keeps theirs neatly centered. I also prefer how OnePlus has integrated the camera module. On the Xiaomi, it looks randomly stuck on like an afterthought. Neither tablet gets a fingerprint scanner, which is disappointing. There's no SIM slot on our units, so no 5G, no expandable storage, and no eSIM support either. Good news is both get Wi-Fi 7 and USB 3.2. For displays, the OnePlus Pad 3 gets a 13.2-inch 3.4K panel, while the Xiaomi Pad 8 a 3.2K 11.2-inch panel. Both are 144Hz 12-bit panels capable of showing over 68 billion colors. Because the Xiaomi is smaller with nearly the same resolution, it has a higher pixel density, 345 ppi versus 315 ppi. But in real-world use, it's hard to tell the difference. I like that neither tablet uses a 16:9 panel. Xiaomi uses 3:2, OnePlus uses 7:5. Both are more squared off and far better for productivity. So more space for video timelines, spreadsheets, PDFs, and Word docs. Both support Dolby Vision and HDR10+. But these are IPS LCD panels, so you don't expect AMOLED level contrast. Blacks are good, but not dramatic. Still, content on Netflix and YouTube looks rich and vibrant. Peak brightness is 900 nits on the OnePlus and 800 on the Xiaomi. Outdoors, they feel similar. For audio, OnePlus gets 8 speakers, Xiaomi has 4 with Dolby Atmos. Still, the OnePlus is louder and more characterful, likely because of its size. Both tablets get a 13-megapixel rear camera. They are fine for scanning QR codes or documents, that's about it. Up front, both use 8-megapixel sensors for video calls. The Xiaomi adds focus frame similar to Apple's center stage, which automatically keeps you centered. No such offering from OnePlus. Now, accessories. Both tablets have their own keyboard folios. I found the Xiaomi's Focus keyboard is easier to live with. It's a floating design, similar to Apple's Magic Keyboard. Snap it on and you're set. Open and close it like a laptop. The OnePlus Smart Keyboard takes more effort. You have to pull out the kickstand while managing the keyboard. It's not as seamless. That said, it leans back further and the keyboard can be detached and used separately, which is useful. Typing is a mixed bag. Xiaomi gives you backlit keys, but the keys are noticeably smaller. Just look at the Enter key. The trackpad is also smaller. The OnePlus's keyboard has larger keys and much better trackpad, so using it feels more comfortable overall. It also adds NFC support. When it comes to styluses, though Xiaomi's Focus Pen Pro pulls ahead of OnePlus Stylo 2. Latency is low on both, pressure sensitivity is excellent, haptics feel solid. But the Focus Pen Pro adds gesture controls. Slide along the pen to change brush size, pinch to open submenus in MI Canvas, double tap to switch tools. It feels more feature-rich. So for typing comfort, OnePlus wins. For stylus versatility, Xiaomi wins. Now, OnePlus calls the Pad 3 the fastest Android tablet on the market because of that Snapdragon 8 Elite. The Xiaomi Pad 8 runs on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, powerful but not in the same league. For memory and storage, OnePlus offers LPDDR5X RAM with UFS 4.2 storage. Xiaomi interestingly offers 8GB LPDDR5X or 12GB LPDDR5T RAM and either 128GB UFS 3.1 or 256GB UFS 4.1 storage. Still, benchmarks heavily favor the Pad 3 obviously. In Antutu, it scores nearly 1,000,000 points more. Geekbench shows a similar gap, especially in multi-core. In 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme, the Pad 3 posts stronger loop scores, but the Xiaomi was more stable in sustained runs. Gaming is strong on both. OnePlus supports 144 FPS in certain modes in Call of Duty Mobile and stays consistent at 120 FPS in others and in BGMI. The Xiaomi didn't support 144 FPS in our tests, but held steady at 120 FPS in Call of Duty Mobile and 90 FPS in BGMI. With future updates, I wouldn't be surprised to see BGMI unlock 120 or even 144 FPS on the Xiaomi. In day-to-day use, though, I genuinely couldn't tell a meaningful difference. Exporting videos in VN, downloading large files, multitasking, scrolling social media, both felt equally smooth. That said, scrolling through the UI feels smoother on the OnePlus. That's because OxygenOS 16 based on Android 16 is more fluid. HyperOS 3 based on Android 16 still feels slightly dated in its animations and icons. Multitasking is strong on both. Open canvas on OnePlus is excellent, but Xiaomi's workstation mode pushes further, making the tablet feel almost like a desktop. Both offer plenty of AI features, but I find OxygenOS AI tools slightly more practical for productivity. For batteries, the Pad 3 packs a 12,140 mAh battery and easily lasts around 3 days. The Pad 8 has a 9,200 mAh battery and comfortably lasts 2 days. Charging is where OnePlus pulls ahead with 80-watt fast charging. Xiaomi caps out at 45-watt but supports 22.5-watt reverse wired charging, which can power earbuds or even your phone. So which one should you pick? The OnePlus Pad 3 is clearly the stronger performer. The Snapdragon 8 Elite gives it serious muscle, but it costs close to 50,000 rupees just for the tablet. The Xiaomi Pad 8 is significantly cheaper and you are not leaving a lot of performance on the table. The Snapdragon 8s Gen 4 is still a cut-down flagship chip, and in daily use, it feels just as smooth. If you're planning to fully replace your laptop with a tablet, the OnePlus makes sense. Otherwise, save your money and go with the Xiaomi Pad 8. It offers far more bang for the buck. Let me know which one would you pick in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.